Hey everybody, Steven here, playing Subnautica Below Zero, and today just giving an update on some of the handful of things that they've added over the last week and a half here. Some of these things I've covered in separate videos, but we're going to kind of just cover it all at once here. So one of the big things, and they just added this actually today, is that when you're on land now with your character, it kind of froze on me there, you'll notice that it actually switches out for your kind of cold meter or heat meter here. So when you're up, it's actually not only doing that, but it's counting down now, which is really, really cool. So we have the addition of that. Once you go back in the water, that'll fill back up as long as you're swimming. And then these two things should actually, now you see the oxygen kicks in. So that is a very, very cool addition. Beyond that, let's pop back up here. If we can. Let's see if this will work. And I've done a video on this, but we have snowballs in game now. They just changed the size of that too. I just noticed that. This was bigger. Let's see if it does it. Yep. So right now it's a placeholder, but it explodes, which is pretty crazy. Let's do another one. Let's grab this. Oh, did it explode a second I hit it into the water? Yeah. I don't know if it'll do it now then. Yeah, it's just going to explode now in the water. Before it would actually let you grab it, and it was a lot bigger. Yeah. So that's just a placeholder animation until they create kind of the, I don't know, explosion of the snow itself, which obviously won't be an explosion like that, but it'll do that, and then you won't be able to bring it in water. So we have that. Let's go into free cam mode here. And actually, let's take off the weather effect, and let's take off the fog. I haven't talked about it in a while, but they have been tweaking and just refining the twisty bridges area here. Every time I hop back in, it's like, what am I noticing that's new? And a lot of times it's not till much later that I notice, like, oh, they've actually been doing a lot of work on this area. And I can really see that in certain places, and really the blending in of this into other areas where we start getting more into the Rocket Island here. Just the blending of that looks better. You can see certain areas. And this will be a little bit older in a sense, but I haven't covered it, so I think that's pretty cool. When the fog is back on, obviously that's going to look different, but for instance right here, just noticing little things like that. Fog back off. A bigger area, I did talk about this in another video, but right here where this actually blends up underneath the glacier here, this is a big one. It was really, really steep. Now they've done it so it kind of tapers off, and just the team is really, really good at how they blend from biome to biome or area to area, and you can see that right here. It looks really, really good. Much better. What is that shark doing? What's that brute shark doing? That's like a derp moment. What is that? Alright, that's not supposed to be like that. That looks frozen. There it goes. This as well, just little areas like this, like I said, it just looks better. And now we're seeing like more rocks in areas where it's not flat. So you have all these little rocks that have been added. Let's take this water volume back off. They did just add today, by the way. Get out of here. Over here for one of the kelp caves, one of the entry points didn't have anything. So this over here didn't have anything in it. So they've actually filled that out now. So you're looking at a more complete version, although not 100% finished. They do have kind of the roots and everything in here, the kelp roots. So we can see this was nothing, it was bare bones. So now we can actually see this looks much better. Got some sea monkey nests and some sea monkey eggs, scannable items. So I'm assuming we're going to see more additions of, I don't even know what those would be called right there. The kelp sacks, right? If I remember correctly. More additions of those. Ion cube, that wasn't here before. And then this, was it the ballast or whatever, has been here for a while, but like I said, there just really wasn't anything around it. and that actually looks new as well. That point above it, I think that's brand new too. So yeah, this was blank. They filled it out. It's looking much better. Let's go fog. So we have the addition of that as well. No new icebergs over here yet. Hoping they'll fill this out. On top here, this has been tweaked a little bit. It's not obviously the final product, but it does mean that they've been shifting this stuff around. You can just tell there's a difference. Still curious to see what it looks like at the very end. No new work over here. Curious to see how they blend that out. And then we're going to summon these guys over here. And this is a big one. The warpers are back in game from the first game. Watch it attack somebody. Yeah. So I posted a video on this, and it was one of the things like, why are they back? And I mean, kind of spoiler alert, but for anybody that has been playing the game, you do know that the you get infected again from the coronavirus. So the warpers coming back is obviously a part of that, because they're seeking out anything that is infected. Now they don't have the Sea Emperor Leviathan, the juvenile, in here, which is where you get the cure. There was a part of the story that you would queue that in, you try to send the sample up via the rocket, you see the defense shield pop up. I still think all that's going to be in game. I don't know what twists we're going to see with Jill Murray's story. Hopefully that iteration hits in this next week or so. She's doing the update to the story here. I think that core component of you getting infected, needing to send up the sample is the same. I don't know if Tom Jubert's story originally had the warpers coming back, but they've added that back in game. It was actually originally in this, so the original build was with the old engine. You could actually spawn in all of the old creatures. Now you can't, right? Let's see if this actually works. Nope. So you could spawn in Reaper Leviathans and all of that Ghost Leviathans. Nothing. So those are all pulled out, but the Warper is back now, so I know it's going to be in the game. And like I said, I just don't know the story implications. Obviously you get infected, them coming back, but I'm more curious, what does Alan have to say about that? Really curious to see when they do pop up, what does he have to say about why we knew from the first game why they were created, but if he's involved with any of that and his kind of explanation for it. So we have that. Let's take the water volume back off. I have covered this too, but I'm going to cover it one more time because I keep doing minor tweaks to all of this. But the tunnels right here, going from the lily pad biome to Mark's base, they've opened all of this up. So we've seen a lot more tweaking of that. It looks really, really good. And just this whole area. I was doing one and I was like, oh man, I didn't know they cleaned this area up as well. So same thing, all just the little tweaks, the kind of the finesse of everything that they're doing now to really polish the game. It's coming along and it's looking really, really good. I mean, the entry points now, so this, they've tweaked this again. I mean, up top still kind of looks the same, but around the edges here we have more kind of just cliff areas on top of it, right? Little nooks to go inside of. This here is different. It used to all be flat. Now it's just a bunch of different pockets, all of that, right? Ton of cool little tweaks. We have multiple entry points going to Research Base Omega here. Exit points there. This used to just be a straight exit. Now it's got a little bit of a downhill grade to it. And then the area around here, it's the same thing. Like, they've just tweaked this a ton. Looks really, really good. So it was just straight down. Now it's not that at all, right? Like more tight spaces. the roots coming out, more tunneled areas. Like, it's just coming along. It's looking really, really good. So that's another thing that they've tweaked with this. And like I said, a lot of this is polish, right, that they've been adding. So that is it with this one. Hopefully that covers a decent amount of the stuff that they've added. A lot of the other things that they have been doing are just tweaks. They're squashing bugs right now. Oh, and I did cover this on another video, but I want to point it out again. The front area where you actually kind of exit the tunnel, one, they've changed that, but two, we have this open area here now. I don't know what's going to go here. Right now there isn't anything, so I don't really know what the plan is, but it definitely looks cool. But yeah, this is where you would exit here from the beginning of the game, and right now they've actually tweaked this first portion of the tunnel. So from kind of here on, this is all different now. So that is it, everybody. If you liked the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all of my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks so much for watching.